Velvet Revolver were probably the first supergroup I ever listened to. I had just become a Guns N' Roses fan, so naturally I was all about Slash and his lead guitar. I then find out he's in a new band with Duff McKagan, who's on bass, and Matt Sorum, who's on drums. 3 guys from the classic era of Guns N' Roses. Slash's old mate from school, Dave Kushner, on rhythm guitar, as well as Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots on vocals. While I'm initially into it because of Slash, I quickly grow to appreciate Weiland's vocals, so much so that I eventually start getting into Stone Temple Pilots. While I get into Velvet Revolver, I find out that they've broken up, with Scott Weiland going back to Stone Temple Pilots. Sucks, but I hear they're looking for a new vocalist. Sweet, I can dig it, I don't mind vocalist changes. The waiting takes ages. Slash starts a solo career, Duff does his band Loaded and joins Jane's Addiction for about a month. Dave Kushner goes into soundtracking, helped write the theme to Sons of Anarchy actually, and Matt Sorum does his own thing. Some of the names being talked about as possible replacements are Miles Kennedy, because he's working with Slash, Corey Taylor, who supposedly recorded an album's worth of material with them, Lenny Kravitz, Chester Bennington and Sebastian Bach, who had been considered back in the day when they had first started. They reunite with Weiland for a benefit show in 2012. Looks like they might reunite the original lineup. They do not. Scott Weiland unfortunately passed away in 2015, and Slash and Duff rejoined Guns N' Roses in 2016. Now the likelihood of a Velvet Revolver reunion is extremely slim, but this is the internet, where we can theorise till the cows come home. So here's my top 10 possible vocalists who would be a good fit for Velvet Revolver. Number 10. Miles Kennedy. Yes, he's been considered before, once before the band officially started, and again when he was working with Slash, but his vocal style seems too similar to Axl Rose in my opinion, and that would draw even more comparisons to Guns N' Roses than they already have. Does do a nice version of Slither on Slash's solo tours though. Number 9. Corey Taylor. Yes, he has been considered before, but he's still a good pick. Now apparently there's an album's worth of material with him, shows that they were at least interested. He's got a similar vocal style to Weiland, and he can work in that style for Velvet Revolver. Just listen to Stone Sour.
They got us a dead generation. They told us that we wouldn't survive. They left us alone in the maelstrom. As you can see, we're all clay alive.
And if they wanted to go a heavier route, you can always do that as well. See Slipknot.
Everything is turning bad for me. My ears are running cold. The air is standing straight up. This is not the way I picture me. I can't control my shakes. How the hell did I get here? Something about this so very wrong.
Number 8. Wes Borland. Yes, the Limp Bizkit guitarist can sing. He does lead vocals for his band Blacklight Burns, and he has a nice sounding voice.
If I could paint your picture, I'd paint you as the sea. I'd let your arms become the tide.
Only problem is he doesn't have the range of other vocalists. I mean, it works for his band, but still.
I've never known another city to burn. Face down in the bottom of a river, swimming with the dead makes me wanna shiver. If you really wanna know, I'd rather just drown alone.
He's also known for being really experimental and doing really weird musical stuff. The other guys in Velvet Revolver probably wouldn't be as receptive to stuff like that.
The scene will be complete. We can truly claim that his final feat was his own defeat. Let's strap to Goliath to the rack and butt-fuck his face right back.
Number 7. Taylor Momsen. Yeah, Cindy Lou would be an interesting fit. Her vocals will definitely be different, but she's got a cool husky voice which would fit stuff like Fall to Pieces and Slither great in my opinion. Also, it would be interesting to see the band work with a female vocalist. The Pretty Reckless definitely has some Velvet Revolver-esque tendencies. Grungy hard rock.
Where you hurt, where you sleep, and you sleep where you lie. And now you're in deep, and now you're gonna cry. Got a woman to your left and a boy to your right. You start to sweat, so hold me tight.
And mellower ballads.
On the darkest night, woke up in a scream. Thought I'd lost my sight.
Plus she did a great job at the Chris Cornell Memorial gig. so she could definitely fit in easily. Number 6, Greg Puciato. Greg Puciato is best known for being the vocalist of the Dillinger Escape Plan. Not a band you'd immediately think of as similar to something like Velvet Revolver.
How could it all be? We've never been seen, we've never went from destroy.
But if you listen to some of the singles, One of Us Is the Killer,
In the air we tried to be, but you shot your arrows through me. Now one of us must die, but the killer won't survive.
Black Bubblegum, you see he can actually sing, and he could probably actually fit in quite well. Plus his work with the bands Killer Be Killed
I never stopped to notice the fire in your head. I'm burning so consuming, but now I understand.
and the Black Queen.
So far I didn't know it was me, but now there's nothing holding me here and nowhere else that I'd rather go.
Show he has a range and can definitely adapt. Number 5, John Corabi. There's a joke to be made about John Corabi being a great replacement vocalist. He has done it twice, to be fair. Once with Motley Crue, and once with the Dead Daisies, which he's currently in. There are people who will say that his one album with Motley Crue is their best. It is very good, to be fair. And he certainly helped the Dead Daisies get more prominent. He's got a great, gravelly, emotional voice, and it would lend itself to Velvet Revolver's style.
Little old man contemplates suicide twice a day. Life's passed him by.
He's also old school like the rest of the guys, so new material would definitely sound similar to what they've done before. Number 4, Josh Homme. Josh Homme has an interesting voice. It can do both that deep style but high as well.
I got what was.
Queens of the Stone Age are very classic hard rock style, except stoner sounding, hardy ha ha, and I think his vocals would fit Velvet Revolver quite well. Number 3, Danny Warsnop. Yup, the Asking Alexandria guy. The last 2 albums he's done with Asking Alexandria, aka in my opinion the good ones, have a very hard rock feel to them.
I don't want you to cry, I don't even want you to care. Don't you dare pray for me, no.
Plus his other band, We Are Harlot, is very late 80s-esque.
You got something worth exploring. I must be crazy. You got me feeling like I'm dancing on nails.
And he also does weird country albums as well, so that's interesting. You could definitely pull off the old material, plus any new material, you could add heavier metalcore vocals, which would make the material stand out. Number 2, Ryan McCombs. Ryan McCombs is best known as the vocalist of Soil, and formerly Drowning Pool, where he was their 3rd vocalist, and still their best one in my opinion. And he has a sexy sounding voice. Listen to Soil's Halo.
What a man, I'm the king, I'm the one that's pure insane. Every day, every way, I smell of suicide. Medicines that I burn within, so you tell me it ain't right. I am all sin, and you're my reason for life.
Redefine.
Every time I lose control, you help me, you save me. And every time I lose myself, you find me, redefine me.
And the cover of Black Betty.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam, blam, whoa, Black Betty, bam, blam, Black Betty had a child. Bam, blam, the damn thing gone wild. Bam, blam, she said a word out of mine. Bam, blam, the damn thing gone blind. Bam, blam, whoa, Black Betty, bam, blam, whoa, Black Betty, bam, blam.
well as drowning Paul's shame. He could definitely pull off Dirty Little Thing, She Builds Quick Machines and Sucker Train Blues. Number 1. Stitch D, Lee Villain, Lee Downer. I know a lot of people aren't going to know who this guy is, and to be honest I don't even know what the guy's real name is, but he is a cool vocalist. He was a vocalist for The Defiled and has a new band called Low Lives. The Defiled aren't very similar to Velvet Revolver, being more industrial with a tinge of metalcore. But I really enjoyed his vocals. Low Lives are a lot more grungy, but again they're great. Just listen to the song Burn Forever. Both the acoustic and regular versions show why he would be a great fit for Velvet Revolver.
Fall to the ground, face first, pavement bound. Salvation on the grave is now our path to pave. The situation's not so tired. The sparks become a fire. If we burn, we'll burn forever. If we fall, we'll fall together. Frozen on garden of reeds, I'm the soul of you.
So what do you guys think? Do you agree with my suggestions? Am I some sort of heathen for suggesting particular people? Who do you think would be a good replacement vocalist for Velvet Revolver?